Hello.
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 That's the Three Stooges thing, yeah?
It is. I love the Three Stooges.
You do?
Yeah.
You seem like a guy. You've seen the guy who's like a wrestler, the Real Curly. I think he's at the Real Curly on Instagram. He's like this guy who's like completely tatted up with Three Stooges tattoos.
That's awesome.
And he's always like doing a Curly impression. Why I oughta
My favorite shirt used to be a Three Stooges shirt where it's like Mo has his fingers and the other two Stooges' noses, and it's like you can pick your friends.
Oh, that's a great shirt. How much? Which Stooge had the most cum on it?
Curly.
I figure. I mean, he's got that nice bald head.
You
Good
can
place
say
for
that
dropping
he's seen
load.
much of my short and curlies, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. I do know what you mean.
I know what you're putting down.
I'm picking it up, and I don't want to. I'm picking it up and putting it in the trash can because it's unsanitary. It's starting to ferment.
It is starting to stink really bad.
Real bad, buddy. What's new? What's new in the house of the Lord? What's new in the house of God? This is Christian news, everybody. We are here in the house of God. We are here to witness Him, the Son of the Lord Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
We are preparing the world for His return, making everything as terrible as possible. So we all the good Christian men and women, get taken to the cradle bosom of our Lord.
I like that you went ahead and called it the man and the woman.
Man and the woman.
Because as we know, there are only two genders.
God made, He made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
That's true. That's a fact.
That is
It's in the Bible. It says that in the Bible.
Yeah. That's specifically the name Steve comes
It's
from
in
the
Genesis.
Bible. That's why so many people have biblical names. Steve is a biblical name.
Steve Zahn. Biblical. Biblical actor.
Steve
Martin.
Biblical
actor.
Biblical actor.
Biblical actor. Steve Jobs. Biblical CEO. Shut up. He is. He's got a biblical name.
A biblical name. He went to heaven.
Biblical name. Biblical game. That's what they say.
He did make phones that tempt us with their pornography, though.
Every day. Every day we are tempted with online internet pornography and cheating on our wife with apps like Ashley Madison.
Grindr
is a one.
Grindr is a one, yeah.
Grindr is a one that leads us into temptation.
Yes.
Because girls have pretty cocks.
They do.
I mean, damn it. Damn God. Damn you, God, in these genders. Damn you, God, in these genders.
Damn you, Lord, tempting us with your grinders, the supple softness of a man's ass. Oh, what was that? Oh, damn you, Grindr. So you look at your phone.
Don't. Stop. No, I'm not. Nuh-uh. That's not my phone.
That's not my phone.
That's what it should be. That's what the Grindr notification should be.
I did find a video that's nothing but 5 minutes of random Grindr notification sounds.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
No. That'd be annoying to get that many Grindr notifications.
It would be.
I'd feel like a popular pretty princess, but I don't know. That's like too many. I don't want to like have to even field that many people. That seems annoying. Like
It's true.
Like I'd hate to be like a 9 or a 10 on a dating app. Like, I don't go by a system of numbers or anything. I think that's stupid. But you know what I mean. Like, I'd hate to be like a person who is like attractive to the majority of other people.
I've never had that problem.
I've got eyes, Patrick. But you know what? Thankfully, you're no Clint Howard.
Yeah, I thank the Lord every day that I wasn't born looking like Clint Howard.
I think everyone but Clint Howard thanks the Lord every day. Fucking Ron Howard gets up, and first he looks at his giant pile of money and maybe swims in it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you know what? Thank you, Lord, for not making me my brother.
But then again, I mean, Clint Howard does have a very interesting filmography.
And probably a very interesting penis.
Yeah, it is kind of funny seeing the rift between the two brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you see like Ron Howard making such awful piece of shit films like Hillbilly Elegy,
Apollo 13.
Apollo 13.
I actually liked Apollo 13.
Yeah, I like Apollo 13. But
He's made good films, but
Yeah,
he makes mostly bad films.
I was
now.
just joking, but I think Hillbilly Elegy is the only film I watched, and I was like, this is dog shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that he directed it. Because it definitely feels like it was directed by someone sleeping, and it's like one of the worst stories I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like just like a meritocracy-minded 12-year-old growing up to be a very fluid-headed idiot that becomes a right wing, and then blames the
South.
the systemic issues that are in his small town that he supposedly grew up in as being more of like an individual's choice to be bad.
Right.
And I was just like, wow,
Moralist arguments.
this episode, this movie sucks.
This episode of a movie.
This episode of a movie, but yeah, I mean, at least Clint Howard, he's had some interesting work in his day.
Who do you think eats more pussy, him or his brother?
It's hard to say. I mean, I'm not even sure if has Clint Howard ever been married.
I feel like he's been divorced a lot. I don't know if he's been married, but I feel like his people have gotten divorces from him.
Yeah, he seems like a weird.
Is it possible to get divorced without being married? Because I feel like that's what he is.
Yeah, I feel
He's got like common law divorce or something.
Yeah, he's like people have divorced him without ever meeting him.
Instead of like restraining orders, he just gets like divorce papers from people.
Yeah, only 2 divorces so far.
Only 2 divorces. Yeah. That's it. No, okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised he got 2 women to marry him.
He's 3. He's currently married right now.
God.
Yeah. Last time he was married was 2020.
Wow.
And 2020 to present.
He's
and she's the only one that took his last name.
Really? That's interesting.
Or less like these other women, because these other divorces happened first. Wow, God. He married Anne Lynch, 1987 to 1987. That was over real quick.
Hurtful.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, they probably went back to their maiden names or got remarried in that time. So that's why they're cited as someone else.
Yeah. Why are we talking about Clint Howard?
Because we watched Ice Cream Man, 1995.
Oh, by the way, my name is Britton.
Oh, and I'm Pat.
The podcast you're listening to is Soy Trek. Go to our Patreon at patreon.com/dumbidiotbs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tiers, a lot of fucking cool stuff. And by tears, I mean like
I was
crying.
about to say that, yeah.
You're going to be crying. Like we're gagging you with our cocks.
I was crying watching this.
Yeah.
I was just like, when will it end? Please let it end.
But the way we're gagging you with our cocks is because the smell.
Yeah.
My smegma smells like the Beecher's cheese factory down near the market.
Oof.
And your balls.
You go down and sprinkle some cheese curds in there.
Yeah, your balls smell like you're making kimchi in your kitchen.
Yeah, I'm just making that kimchi.
Yeah, you are. You're literally fermenting your balls, buddy. We need to talk about that.
That's the mother.
The mother.
The mother, for like scobies,
Oh, right. Yeah, you have the mother.
Scoby,
yeah, you're growing the mother on your balls, and then you're gonna put it on in a jar.
Mother,
scrape my balls off, put them in a jar. Mother.
That's the mother he was singing about.
Yeah.
Singing about scobies.
If you're down to scrape your balls,
gonna drink some kombucha. I can see. You think like Glenn Danzig drinks kombucha? I don't think
no. He's probably like.
People
are like, "Would you like a kombucha?" He's like, "Man, that's some gay tea pussy shit, man."
Yeah. I don't drink gay tea.
Give me a fucking Coca-Cola. What? Oh, you only have Pepsi? I don't think that's what I said, is it? No, I didn't think so, hun.
Hun.
Yeah. All right.
Mother!
Waitress!
Waitress!
Yeah. So the reason we're talking about Clint Howard and Danzig,
And Danzig.
they're kind of the same person when you think about it. Both short. Both definitely, I feel like, have something to prove in their careers.
I do get the sense Clint Howard's. I don't think he's internalized a lot of that anger. I feel he's like, the fact that he does like all of these really shitty films. I think shows like he's just like at peace with himself in a way.
Yeah.
Where I could feel like
Kind of get a sense of humor, or maybe he's just desperate.
Yeah. I mean, he has his famous brother. I mean, he was in Apollo 13 and shit. Like,
Yeah.
all of like any of
Apollo Squirt Teen.
and he knows like he's gonna have a guaranteed like paycheck whenever his brother makes a movie. I don't think he was in Hillbilly Elegy though. Can't
No,
remember.
although he belongs in Hillbilly
He
Elegy.
belongs. Like if one person,
he looks like Appalachia. Like unfortunate. Like
yeah, the one person who didn't make it into Hillbilly Elegy though, I think like was it Glenn Close played the mom, the grandma. I thought she did an excellent job. I think she totally disappeared in that. Like she did a really great job. But like but yeah, like Clint Howard, like he was waiting in the wings. He was waiting for that phone call. He's just like, oh, my brother's making a movie about hillbillies.
Yeah,
and he just
right.
sat back and he just looked at his phone, just waiting for that call.
But
And
they
never
disagree
got it.
on politics now, so
Yeah,
they
do.
can't make a movie together.
Yeah, which is funny.
Yeah.
I just looked up, like Clint Howard's gone very right wing, right?
He has, unfortunately.
Yeah, I wonder if that's kind of the sense, like, because I just looked at when I was looking at his Internet Movie Database, like under the self-verified thing, like he definitely like he lets people know his gender identity, his pronouns, and his and that his sexual orientation is straight.
Straight white cis male.
It's funny that he partook in like that self-verification of that stuff.
Yeah. Do you
Given
think
his
he was
politics.
naked when he did that?
Probably, I could see him just being like just totally butt ass naked.
I think he was naked taking a poop when he did that. He's like, oh, I gotta do my fucking IMDb page thing. I'm gonna take a shit.
I'm gonna take my shit.
Oh God, I shouldn't have eaten all that Five Guys yesterday.
Oh.
That was my radio play called Clint Howard taking a shit while doing his IMDb page.
Yeah, I'm just going through this. Like, he's even bigger a freak than we think. Like, you know what he does in his spare time?
What?
Makes snow globes.
Whoa.
Like, this guy's a motherfucking serial killer.
Oh, this guy's on some real freak shit.
Ice Cream Man was
Ice
a
Cream Man is a
documentary.
confession.
That's a confession to his crimes.
Yeah.
It's like, it should be put into evidence right away.
Right. Someone's gonna find like a snow globe just filled with fingers. Like, just is that a dog's eye?
The dog's eye. Like this is a very gross movie. Like I was surprised.
Rocks.
I was just like, okay, he's coring out a human eyeball and putting it into like some rocky road.
Yeah.
So
Oh, by the way, the movie we're watching
Oh,
today
yeah.
is 1995's The Ice Cream Man, or just Ice Cream Man.
Yes. Which is like, I've never seen this before, but it's like one of those films you see like screenshots of a lot, like
Because it's amazing. And
It's
gifs of, yeah.
yeah, like especially like the shot of him holding the massive ice cream cone with a human head in it.
It's so good.
Like that if you haven't seen this film, you've probably seen that posted somewhere on the internet at some point.
Yeah. It's a very great practical effect.
Yeah, like I would say, like decapitated heads make a lot of are used to their fullest extent in this film.
100%. And the prosthetics are pretty good.
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing. Yeah.
I was surprised, like the human heads looked so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this movie is directed by Norman Apstein, who didn't really direct anything before this of much note, and really didn't direct anything after this of much note.
Well, like we were just looking up beforehand, we think that's like actually like a different name he used because he's like adult film director.
No, so that's actually the producer, Paul Norman.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I
I
found that out just a minute ago.
Oh, because I was
yeah.
looking because his actual real name is Paul Epstein.
Yeah, it is, which is interesting. It sounds like it's a confusing thing, but I don't think they're the same person.
That's interesting.
So this is, as you said, Paul Norman, the producer's only foray into making actual film that wasn't adult film.
Yes.
Because he did adult film before and after this.
Mm-hmm. Namely, bisexual porn, like By and Beyond.
By and Beyond. I like that. This movie was directed by Norman Epstein. Didn't do much before or after. Written by Sven Davison and David Drobkin, neither of which did much before or after. A few TV episodes here and there, a few scripts for like made-for-TV movie type shit, but not much.
I did see in the trivia they wrote the script for this in 3 days.
I can believe that.
Yeah, it
like
definitely
between
has.
two people passing it back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah, they just locked them into a hotel room with a bunch of crack, and
Oh yeah.
it was like, all right, go at it.
Yeah, fucking Ice Cream Man. There's your title. What does he do?
What does he do? And they're just like, you know what?
Okay, so there's these 4 kids.
Yeah. All the kids kind of suck. They're kind of just losers.
Tuna rocks. Don't you hate on Tuna or Heather? Come on.
Yeah.
Or Johnny.
Also, apparently, like
Or Small Paul.
Small Paul. You gotta give it to Small Paul. Small Paul. Small Paul. Small Paul. Small Paul. Small Paul.
Small Paul. Small Paul. Small Paul. Small Paul. We love you, Small Paul. Thanks for coming.
Wherever you are. All those kids are dead now.
Really? No. Fuck you.
That'd be funny if they died shortly after making this film.
Yeah, or if they had like
There's an Ice Cream Man curse.
Yeah, there's like the fucking the Twilight Zone movie. Just a helicopter randomly crashes into the set, even though they don't have one.
Clint Howard ran them over with an ice cream truck halfway through. So like all
they had to shemp the rest.
they were put in digitally. That was like the same guys who put Brandon Lee back into The Crow. they used the same technology digitally to replace all the children in the rest of the film.
Hell yeah.
Clint Howard was never convicted of those crimes. It happened in Toronto. Like,
Yeah,
so he's never been back to Canada since. He hasn't been extradited.
None of this is true. Allegedly. So this film cost $2 million, much of which was put up by Converse Shoe Company, which is featured prominently throughout the film.
Yeah, that becomes a plot point. The sneakers.
Yeah. It was distributed by Apex Entertainment straight to video. This one wasn't in theaters. And it was released on May 9th, 1995. Yeah.
Was it released in theaters or was it direct to video?
It was direct to video.
Yeah, I don't see this being like a movie release.
No, not with a $2 million budget, especially.
No, yeah.
So the film opens on an ice cream man getting shot and a clearly psychopathic child who wonders simply who will bring him ice cream as his mother tries to comfort him.
I love how this is never explained. It's just like, oh yeah, of course this ice cream man is the target of a mob
the mafia fucking kills him. They like drive by him with like a submachine gun and fucking blast his shit off.
You just
and like drive around.
And you're just left like, okay, I guess he did something to piss off the mob.
Right?
This ice cream man, yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess that is like in the Sopranos prequel movie, Saints of Newark. Like there is a young Tony Soprano takes over an ice cream truck. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Good to know. So as the credits roll, a young kid named Roger, is that right? Here's an ice cream truck and steals money from his mom to go get some. Yeah. The ice cream man plays some tricks and is a dick about manners. He's like, you gotta say please.
I was thinking this is I wonder if that's like a universal thing with ice cream people, because you see in like those Turkish videos.
Oh, the Turkish thing is a different thing. It's a fun thing. Like,
it's a fun thing, but it's like it's the same premise of giving the child the ice cream cone, then quickly taking it away and making them work for it. So I was just like, oh, is this an ice cream thing? Or I don't know.
Yeah, it's just an ice cream dude thing. They're all sadists.
Yeah, they're all sadists. Yeah, I imagine like there is sort of like
they all have a teasing fetish.
Yeah.
All ice cream men are gooners, you know.
Yeah, I would imagine, like, what else are they doing in that ice cream truck?
Gooning.
Yeah, I mean, we see lots of shots inside this ice cream truck. It's disgusting, and I imagine they really are like that.
Yeah. Ice cream spooning.
Ice cream.
Big dick gooning.
Spooning and gooning. That's
Spooning
what
and gooning, baby. That's the on the crest of the ice cream man.
we should go into the ice cream business, and that'll be the name of our truck.
Spoons and goons.
Spooning and gooning.
Spooning and gooning. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
And it'll just be like masturbation themed ice cream. Yeah, this is the Oreo jerking off crumble.
I'll take some Rocky Chode.
I'll take the prostate praline.
Prostate praline.
Yeah, so the neighborhood kids who are known as the Rocketeers talk about how
Losers.
Yeah, they are fucking losers. And so we got 4 kids here. We've got we got 5 kids actually. We've got Roger, we've got Johnny, who are kind of interchangeable, not in the story nearly as much as Tuna, and Heather, and then Small Paul are our big 3, I think.
Yeah, like apparently also I read like Tuna. Yeah, the kid who plays Tuna actually had like a pillow underneath his.
I was gonna say because he doesn't look like nearly as fat as he is.
No, he doesn't.
Although when I was young, like when I was like 14 years old, I kind of had that where I was like, my belly got real big, but my face stayed kind of like not fat.
Yeah,
which was whatever.
Yeah,
not great.
Yeah, I could kind of see like he's probably. Because they'd make a lot of comments about his weight, which is
like or at least the dickhead older brother does.
Yeah, that kid was awful.
Yeah,
but he wants to be a cop, so
right. So some nerd kid, the Small Paul, is reading the Pied Piper on a swing. Who reads the Pied Piper?
I know. I was thinking that's very strange. Like,
it is, right?
He's just like swinging on a swing, reading the Pied Piper very prominently. Like he's like, oh,
it's like I want people to talk to me about this book.
Yeah, and there's the situation with like the park guy is very strange because at one point he's like,
there's this weird old man in the park who keeps on saying weird shit to them,
and when it's showing Paul on the swing, like he's kind of approaching him and then stops, and you're like, what's going on? But it doesn't go forward.
And he's like, I've got a 10-foot restraining order.
Yeah.
I can look, but I can't touch.
I'm just outside.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. So the kid named Tuna eats some dirty ice cream.
That was the most disgusting part for me.
That was the worst part of the film.
I was
so
just like,
grotesque.
this is the foulest thing I've ever seen.
So next they're all on like the wheel thing that goes around that you push and whatever. And Small Paul tells the gang about the Pied Piper.
Which is just like something you do as a kid, you know, just talk about the Pied Piper.
Talk about the picture book you're reading. Some really weird old dude, the old dude we're talking about, tells them he got the kids and tells them that the Pied Piper got the kids in the end and that he drowns them. And that's what happens when you don't pay the piper. Which is really fucking a weird thing to say to kids.
It is very strange.
The ice cream truck comes back around, and the weird old man picking up trash gives the ice cream man a flashback to getting something that looks like a smoothie injected into his temple. It's like this fucking thick green. It looks like blended spinach.
Yeah, it looks really gross. It looks like it looks like a green pudding that they're just injecting directly into his brain.
Pudding.
Which is very. It doesn't make sense at all at this point because it's like it's just like a very like out of place cut. Because you're like wondering, like you don't even see whose head it's getting injected into.
So like all of the flashbacks in this movie are clunky as fuck.
Yeah, because I was just like wondering, I was like, what is that head injection? Is that the guy picking up trash?
No, that's the stuff that's the spinach. It's good for your brain.
Yeah,
it makes your brain like Popeye. I think good now.
It wasn't clear whose flashback that was. What I'm saying is just like
that's true.
You're wondering is it the guy picking up trash or is it the ice cream man?
Because they're both weird.
They're both weird and like you can't tell like whose head it is. So.
Right, because it's like from a point of view most of the time, and then it shows that. So.
Yeah, it doesn't really reveal whose head it's getting injected into until much later in the film.
Right. So we briefly meet a little girl whose name is Heather, And Heather's dad, Reverend Langley, played by the legendary character actor David Warner, who has a ton of connections to Star Trek. Also, we should have mentioned that, like, Clint Howard has been on Star Trek like 5 times.
Yeah, he's been on like every single series.
He was in TOS. He was like the little kid, the little smart kid. Yeah, so he's been around Star Trek for fucking ever, and he's been a bunch of different shit.
It's strange now he looks older than George Takei.
He does.
And apparently they share a birthday, like
Interesting.
like the day. But it is funny that he was a child on that, and he looks much older than most of the cast. But
right.
But like, then we have David Warner, another character actor in Star Trek. I was
Right.
like, oh, this is a Star Trek show.
Yeah. So he was St. John Talbot in Star Trek V, Gorkon, the Klingon in Star Trek VI, and Madred in TNG 2-parter Chain of Command.
Yep. 5 lights. There are 4 lights.
So next, the ice cream man sees a barking dog and asks if he's having a bad day, then pulls out a push pop with a knife in it, which is very funny.
It's very funny.
I had a great laugh.
It is funny, just like he just has like a push pop in there, a knife in the push pop thing. It seems unnecessary, but you know what?
What'd you do? You don't carry it? That's not in your EDC? You gotta have your push pop knife.
I could see like that being like a product they sell now, just like tactical push pops.
Yeah, I could see that appearing on Reddit in like an EDC.
Yeah.
So, the ice cream man, after apparently killing the dog, comes to the window side of Nurse Warden, who is apparently like his landlady. And she asks about her dog, but he deflects.
And she's playing a much older character than she is.
Right. She's like an actress in her 30s playing like a woman in her 60s or something. Because she was...
It shows that she's in the flashbacks where he was a child.
Right.
But now
that was like at least like 30 or 40 years ago, because he's not looking young.
Yeah, and she's supposedly supposed to be playing like a 60 to 70-year-old woman at this point.
Not buying it.
But you know, they don't do anything to change her appearance. She has brown hair.
She kind of like leans over, like she has a hunch or something.
Yeah, she leans forward and wears glasses on the bridge of her nose, and then talks like an old lady.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad, and you're just like, but they don't physically alter her in any other way to make her look older than she's supposed to be playing.
How do you think they should have altered her? I think maybe
give her a gray wig at least.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe pierced her nipples or her clit.
You know what? Yeah, sure, why not?
Maybe give her a big tramp stamp that says
"I'm old."
Gilf.
I'm a horny old lady.
Yeah. And
then but just even putting her in a gray wig and maybe adding some like, you know, makeup lines to her eyes or something could have just gave her at least like a semi appearance of her being old. But it's just funny to see her play, because she's also sort of like has Alzheimer's, it seems, because she's very forgetful and confused.
Right.
And she's able to be just manipulated by like Clint Howard, because he's just like, oh, this isn't blood, it's grenadine from my ice cream shop. And it's just like, you know, we're like,
he's very like, aw shucks, and she's like, oh, you.
Oh yes, yeah, that's where my dog is. And she doesn't even do an old lady voice like that, but yeah, it's just kind of funny.
Yeah, it's not great. I mean, and the acting performances, let's be clear, in this movie, none of them are that good.
No, I mean, the budget was $2 million.
Yeah,
so like they probably like they did a lot of the they had like, you know, went all out on the prosthetics, but you know, buying an old lady wig, you know, was probably a bridge too far.
So, some of the acting is fun, I'll say, and you know, I feel like Clint Howard actually does shine in the role of the ice cream man.
He is extremely creepy.
He is. He's so weird.
Yeah.
Like I buy that he's a fucking weird guy, and that's like kind of the big you know, a big character point for him is he's just fucking weird.
Yeah. And this is like, I think, his second leading role in a film.
Is it really?
Yeah, like because I was like the other one was Evil Speak, which I'd actually seen.
Okay, yeah, Evil Speak's rad.
Yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, he was in Evil Speak, and which is kind of also just like another horror film that's kind of bad. And so yeah, that's like this. I think his first 2 leading roles. I'm not sure, has he had any others? Like, it's hard to say whether or not he's.
Yeah, I think he's been in a few things.
A lead though.
I think so. I mean, not like all direct to video stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause he's been around a long time, and he's a pretty big name, and he's like, he's a guy I think you could probably get for like $50,000
Yeah.
to star in your movie.
For like hot soup and a sandwich, he'll be there.
Can I do? I don't need a trailer or anything. Can I just like? Do you have a couch I can maybe sleep on? Or
can I sleep under the trailer? just I need a warm place to sleep.
And that's where the rats are. And I'll tell you, you get pretty good at cooking rat.
That's some good eating. That's not rats are nothing but pure protein.
They've got 400 calories apiece. I only have to eat 4 of them a day to get my calorie intake.
What I do is I put a little bit of corn in my mouth. And I just leave my mouth open. The rats just put its head right in there, and I chomp down on it. They're very dumb. I can catch them. I can catch 2-3 rats that way in a single night. Oh, it's perfect.
Yep.
Just imagine Glenn Howard underneath the trailer with his mouth open for hours on end with the corn in his mouth, trying to bite rats. Yeah, that's great visual.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna masturbate to later.
100%.
So
gotta get my Ejax going.
Next, we go to the dinner table of the cooler kid in the Rocketeers, Johnny. Mm-hmm. And the mom gets a call from another parent whose child is missing. The older brother is a dickhead.
He's a dickhead.
Yeah, he's just an older brother
James
dickhead.
Tuna.
He does. He's
obsessed with tuna, though.
He is. He wants he's definitely he wants the top tuna.
Because he's just like, tuna. What kind of name is Tuna? And they're like, shut up, because he's just going on about this kid. Yeah, and then like when the mom's taking the call, you hear him still in the background bitching about tuna.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
It's like you were obsessed with this kid.
No, he wants him so bad.
Yeah.
He wants to eat some tuna, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Eat his butthole.
Eat that tuna can.
Eat that butthole. Oh yeah, that can of tuna.
The can of tuna.
Yeah, the tuna cake. Mm-hmm. Tuna cake would be horrendous.
I guess like tuna's name and his last name is Casera, which I guess is supposed to be tuna casserole. Oh, that's kind of funny. Yeah. So next we go to another flashback, apparently, where Gregory, who I think we understand as the ice cream man, is being fed ice cream with a clown real by. That clown was honestly one of the most terrifying things. Yeah, and he's like, "It's a happy, happy day. You're gonna be happy." It was pretty terrifying. It was the clown makeup is perfect. Like, yeah, it's pretty good. I was just like, wow, there's just gonna be more of this insane clown in this. Yeah, like I love that clown. But they should have had maybe an insane clown posse. Ooh, like so multiple clowns that form a posse. Correct. And they're all insane. Correct. I like that. It sounds unstable. Yeah, it sounds hard to maintain. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I do like it shows like Nurse Warden is there and playing a much younger version of herself, and she looks exactly the same. Exactly, except she doesn't have the hunch. Yeah, she doesn't have the hunch. Which I'm wondering if they did just to not confuse the viewer. Mm-hmm. Like, well, if we put an old lady wig on it, no one will know any time. It's supposed to be the same person. Right. Although they call her Nurse Warden, I think. Yeah. In both places. Even still, they could have just got like an older actress to play that, but but for $2 million, probably not. Yeah, they probably did have an old lady lined up to play the older version of Nurse Warden, and she died or something. What are we gonna do? Just make the younger version just hunch over a bit. Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? It's a fix and a pinch. Yeah, it's a fix and a pinch. Mm-hmm. So next, Gregory, the ice cream man. We're just gonna call him the ice cream man. Yeah, ice cream man. He wakes up on Nurse Wharton's lawn. And she asks for 5 gallons of Rocky Road to be delivered to her. That's a lot of fucking ice cream to go through in a month. And that's for an old lady to go through. She says that's her monthly delivery. That's nuts. I know. That's so much goddamn ice cream. Yeah. And I go through a lot of ice cream. I probably go through, I don't know, maybe 2-3 gallons in a month. That's a lot of ice cream. That is a lot of ice cream. Yeah. And I'm big, I can eat a lot of calories and I don't gain weight. See, I look at a cup, I look at ice cream, and I gain weight, so I can't touch it at all. Straight to my hips. But I can't stop eating that chocolate. Ah! Choo choo, next up my thighs. They call it cake because that's all that goes there. So
Next, with a gang of kids, the older dickhead brother drops them off and tells them to take the bus back. They agree, and the brother tells Tuna to lose some weight because he's obsessed with Tuna.
He is obsessed
He
with
wants
that
to
motherfucker.
kiss his supple child lips, and it's not okay.
It is not okay.
Not okay. He should be on a list.
I mean, he is a police officer.
He's going to be a police officer, so he's going to be on a list of people who are allowed to do that by the law. So they go into Tuna's dad's office, and while they're there, he gets a call from a woman he's definitely having an affair with. Mm-hmm. And they do this kind of cleverly by first being like, oh, that's your mom. She's pretty, and show a photo of the mom. And then the lady that's calling is definitely not the mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're going to refer to her as the town hussy from now on.
The town hussy.
Town hussy.
We love you, town hussy.
The town hussy.
But she wants to fuck anything with a dick, apparently.
Which is funny. You know what the real name of the actress who plays Nurse Warden is?
Who's that?
Her last name's Hussy.
That's amazing. Yeah. Cool. So next, some cops ask the ice cream man about the missing kid, and it's revealed among the ice cream man's frozen confections in his truck lie rats and human remains. And he puts like an eyeball in some ice cream.
It's kind of funny that, I don't know, it's so unsanitary in that thing.
Yeah, it's like the health department's never seen this place
And
before.
no one tastes any of the grossness. Like, there's seriously just rats and roaches, blood, like there's this like eyeball juice that's squeezed into ice cream, and then he's a very popular ice cream man.
He's the only ice cream man in town, though.
Yeah,
These people have.
There's a line of children that just line up to get this eyeball cream, and it's just like, I don't know. I think like I would have like
cream makes it nice and chewy. It's like boba.
I think I would try one of those, and it would probably taste too disgusting. I'd probably have never gone back. But.
Also, a weird thing they keep doing in this movie is they keep on calling a ice cream cone a hard pack.
I was wondering about that too. It took me a minute because I don't know. I didn't go to too many ice cream men ever in my life.
Yeah.
Like there was like I remember like there is kind of like a sort of like creepiness attached to ice cream men, because I remember when I was a kid, like I was a very little kid, I went to an ice cream man, and like I didn't have any money because I didn't understand
how ice cream works.
So,
You didn't understand capitalism.
I didn't understand capitalism, and he gave me and my brother ice cream pops for free.
Okay.
And like I went back, and my mom was like freaked out. She's like, "He's gonna rape you! What are you doing?" And I was just like,
Did he?
No. But she's
Did
like,
you ask?
No, I did not. I'm sorry.
So why would you apologize? That's weird, man.
I didn't understand how money works. You think I'm gonna? But it was funny, like, that she freaked out because ice cream men are creepy, the creepy strangers with things that children want.
Your mom's also like a paranoid weirdo.
She's a paranoid weirdo. Yeah.
So there's that.
But yeah, there is a sort of like inherent creepiness to guys who work as ice cream men, I guess. But yeah, so I never understood the hard pack thing. Like it took me a minute of just like of cues to understand. Like, oh, it meant like scoops. Mm-hmm. Like
scoops.
Yeah, or I wonder if it's also like a regional thing.
Probably.
Because I'm guessing this was filmed in California.
Probably.
So, and you're from Alaska, I'm from the East Coast, so that's not a term that either of us ever encountered.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only had ice cream trucks like 4 months out of the year in Alaska.
Yeah. You could probably just go outside and scoop up some snow and eat
that. And just throw some sugar on it.
Yeah, throw some sugar on that.
That's what Pour Some Sugar on Me is about. Def Leppard making ice cream in Alaska out of snow.
Yeah, like they spent some time in Alaska for some reason, and they're just like, "Ooh, we want some ice cream!" And they're just like, "Oh, well, Alaskan ice cream is you just go outside, you scoop some snow into a cone and eat that." And he's just like, "Oh, pour some sugar on me."
Most people don't know that all of Def Leppard's songs are about ice cream.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, aren't they?
Yeah. You got Hysteria, about being hysterical for ice cream.
Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Got the ice cream hysteria.
You got the Two Steps Behind, which is about
two scoops behind.
Well, it's about being 2 steps behind someone with ice cream.
Oh, or 2 steps behind in line to get ice cream.
Right, there you go, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I'm 2 steps behind, waiting for the ice cream line to go forward, but I can't because the people are taking so long to choose which kind of Pikachu ice cream they want.
which kind of Pikachu ice cream they You're doing a song now where they have multiple Pikachu ice cream bars.
Yeah, I could see there's like a Detective Pikachu ice cream bar and then like a regular Pikachu ice cream bar.
Oh, right. That's a good one. Which one did you get?
I would get Detective Pikachu because I think like that hat is definitely made out of chocolate. Like the regular Pikachu doesn't have a chocolate hat that you could eat.
Okay. Have you ever done Cumsicle?
I have not done a Cumsicle, I'm sorry.
Or you like come on a popsicle?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I'm surprised that he doesn't do any of that. I'm surprised like in this movie, considering like, you know, there's a lot of sexual pathology with serial killers.
Right.
And I think like it would have been elevated.
This is an asexual serial killer situation.
He's a very asexual serial killer, but I think like if he had some, but I don't know, it would have been weird with the kids, but because you know he's feeding it to kids, but he doesn't have sort of like, you know, have a sexual relationship with ice cream, which I think could have like made
Do you think he should have?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that would have been terrifying, and especially Clint Howard just like fucking like a gallon full of ice cream.
Just 1 gallon? I think he'd use a 5-gallon drum.
Oh yeah, it goes to the 5-gallon drum and just was like banging it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Just there's like a hole in the side.
Or in the top, like he just opens it up.
He's
and
like, oh, looks like the next scoop is
Cream filled.
But yeah, that would have been just an extra layer of just terrifying creepiness attached to the ice cream man. Like you don't want to imagine Clint Howard being sexual. I think that's why when I told you about how, you know, we looked up like he was married 3 times, and there you instantly responded with revulsion.
Yeah.
And because we don't want to imagine him being a sexual creature.
I don't. I feel like him, like, especially like him doing stuff like acts of service or super weird, like him eating pussy would be like, oh.
Yeah.
Don't.
You did say like who do you think eats more pussy, and I think we're both agreement like Ron.
I don't think we said anything.
I think Ron, he seems more like has a more giving nature.
Don't put words in my mouth.
I'm a Clint boy, baby.
Oh, you think Clint? You think he more of a freak?
I'm a Clint boy, baby.
So, the woman who's fucking Tuna's dad tries to pick up the ice cream man and gives him her address. He takes the gang's order, and there's a dead guy in the truck.
Yeah. She instantly comes on to like.
She's like, ooh.
Which is like, is there something wrong with her?
Right.
She's instantly sexually attracted to
Clint
Howard. Yeah, she sees this freak in a ice cream truck and is just like, well, I want him to, you know, come in and be, you know, be with this dude. And it's just like, it seems like that, like he would instantly be like
skeptical, at least
skeptical, and or she would even not even approach him. She would be skeptical of like even approaching him to talk to him, and
right, because he's creepy.
Yeah, like she invites him. She says like no one would willingly give Clint Howard their address.
No.
She's like, I live right here.
Not even his agent.
Not even his agent. Like she's like, I live right here. Come visit me. No one would say that to Clint Howard. Like,
no.
Like, you know, women have, you know, like a survival instinct. Just like, see,
he's like the diseased bonobo who no one will suck off.
Yeah. Like they're just like, no, like this man is bad. I'm not going to show him where I live.
Yeah. So the ice cream man later drives up to the town hussie's house and thinks about his time in the mental institution. But she's waiting outside, and he quickly drives away. A little shy, this guy. Having a little flirt. It's like a Hallmark movie, but not at all.
See, that's another way where like the sexual stuff should have come in, where he's just like fucks ice cream.
Yeah, right. And he just like looks at her and he's like, ah! And he's like too scared.
Too warm.
Too much butterfat. I did it wrong again.
Not creamy enough. And he just goes and fucks a pint of ice cream.
You know what they say? A pint's a pound the world around. Later, Heather goes home, and her mother's speaking tongues in the living room, apparently possessed by like the spirit of Saint Michael.
Yeah.
Michelangelo. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's not okay. Stop it.
Apparently, David Warner only worked on this film 2 days.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
This feels like a 2-day film for him.
Yeah, and it is interesting that they introduce David Warner in this role. I mean, for one, it's kind of strange that he's like, British, living in California.
And also, like, this role is like inconsequential to the entire
It's totally
film.
inconsequential. Like, I thought because...
Like, all the parents are inconsequential for the most part.
They are, and I thought they were going to play larger roles. And, like, especially David Warner, because you cast fucking David Warner... And like, he's probably the biggest name in this film besides Clint Howard. Yeah. And you think like he is going to play a larger role somehow.
Like he should have played like one of the detectives, I think.
Yeah, he should have played yeah, it's like, but I guess maybe if they only had him for 2 days, like he's like I can only work for this for 2 days. But still,
let me do a sermon.
But even still, if you're going to utilize David Warner, you should at least kill him off.
That's true.
And
that
like,
would have been cool.
And like, we didn't even get like a death scene with him or anything.
Yeah, because they could have done something funny and sacrilegious too.
Yeah, just like do something interesting, like bring back like some sort of like make his role make sense. Like, why is he the reverend?
And why is his wife speaking in tongues?
Why is his wife speaking in tongues?
Because it felt like a Chekhov's gun that would like come in later somehow, but it really doesn't at all.
Yeah, or like kind of like reveal him to be some sort of hypocrite. Like make him the ice cream freak.
Oh yeah.
And then like
or make him part of like a cult of ice cream.
Yeah, a cult of ice cream.
Is the ice cream king.
Yeah, he drives him insane, and he. But I mean, of course you only have. But I guess he's there for 2 days, so he's like, all right, well, I'm just going to play the dad. And
yeah. So he's excited though about the mother speaking in tongues. Small Paul asks if anybody wants ice cream, and he's the only one who wants it. But Tuna agrees to go with him. He catches the ice cream man doing a dance, and he guesses his favorite flavor, butter brittle or butter
brickle.
Butter brickle. There you go. Which is apparently like toffee covered in chocolate, and then in like a vanilla ice cream or some sweet cream. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, sounds like I get it in my teeth though.
Yeah, it's the ice cream man's favorite flavor too, though.
That's my favorite flavor. Let me put an eyeball in it.
Yeah, let me put my dick in it.
I put my balls in it.
The ice cream man says it's hard to make friends when you're stuck on the inside. And the nerdy kid says he can relate because he was sick when he was young. So that's why he's so small.
Yeah. It is, like, I was wondering, like, it does seem like Ice Cream Man's, like, demeanor is very random at times because,
he's mentally ill.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to know whether or not he regards children with, like, love or anger most of the time because like he seems annoyed by children. Yeah, but then here I'm not sure if it's because he sees like kinship with Paul, but like he's very like nice and sweet to him. And
he is, but I think it's because he like relates to him and sees like himself in him, and he's like, oh, this is like me when I was a boy.
Yeah,
and in the end, he was. So, the ice cream man gives Paul some free ice cream, free hard pack. And then a bloody spike falls out of his truck. Next, we see Tuna watching the ice cream man dragging Small Paul into his truck. And he's wearing Converse.
Yeah, like
prominently.
Yeah, he can't, like, ice cream man can't see Tuna. He knows he's there, but all he can see is like those sick ass Converse shoes hanging out of the side.
Yeah.
And like, and so I thought that I was wondering like, oh yeah, I didn't realize until like before we started doing this, like, oh yeah, Converse actually like sponsored this, so that makes sense why
it does.
We even look at these shoes.
So Tuna runs away and talks to a kid who also knows that the ice cream man is a killer, and they conspire to figure out how to turn him in. Tuna says his dad will know what to do, so he'll tell him. So Tuna runs home, and his mom is excoriating the dad about his affair and won't hear him, and neither of them will hear Tuna out about the murder. The ice cream man lurks outside of his house, and he looks through the window, and he's like, shit, he knows where I live. The next day, Tuna goes to the store with his mom, and the ice cream man is there. So apparently, at no time during the next day would he tell his mom or dad about the ice cream man, like kidnapping Small Paul.
Yeah, I mean, okay, he couldn't tell him at the time where his parents were arguing, but
That's fine.
he
But
just
like
went,
when he woke
went with
up
his
in the
mom to
morning,
the store.
yeah, like he woke up in the morning and he's like, "Oh, I got to take a shower and put on new clothes." And I had something last night.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll
Something
remember when
about
I get in the
small
car with my
Paul.
mom.
Fucking fuck. I need some dairy. I need to go to the dairy aisle.
Yeah, I need more ice cream. I'm addicted to ice cream.
And then in the dairy aisle, guess who's there? It's a motherfucking ice cream man. Rack falls on Tuna, and the ice cream man picks it up, and Tuna can't find his mom, and he like goes to a woman who's not his mom and thinks it's her. And, the ice cream man goes after him, but is stopped by a woman asking about Lipstick, who you said was an adult film star.
Yeah, adult film star that was actually married to Paul Norman.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
she was Paul Norman's wife, and I guess she wanted to be in the film, and so he's like, "All right, well, we'll put you here."
Because it's a very weird throwaway thing.
Yeah,
And it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he's like, do you like this ice cream? Do you like this shade of lipstick? He's like, I like candy pink or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but yeah, that I guess she's an adult film actress, and that was married that met Paul Norman.
Interesting. So Tuna escapes on a produce cart. And I don't know how, because he's very, very, very easy to see. And also, like, you used to work in produce. If there was a child on your cart, you'd notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, immediately.
Oh,
You'd be
yeah.
like, you need to get off.
One time when I worked at the Baltimore Whole Foods, and I had like I was replenishing the salad bar, someone's dog that they brought in, service dog came in and just started eating off my cart, and I knew instantly. Yeah, because the dog just came up and started going, just started eating up. I'm like, what are you doing? The dog's like,
Cool.
yeah,
That wasn't a real service dog.
that wasn't real.
There's no way that was a real service dog. Real service dogs don't just do that shit. That's amazing.
Yeah, I know. I looked like I felt like I was holding it, and then like on the other side, I felt something going on. I'm like, what the fuck? And it kind of moved, and I looked over, and sure enough, the dog was chowing down on some salad stuff.
Yeah. So Tuna goes and hides in a meat locker, because Tuna belongs in a meat locker in a freezer. Yeah.
Eat a little chubby boy.
Yeah. Oh, I was talking about Tuna the meat. But I guess he is tuna meat. Would you eat sushi of a little boy? A little fat boy.
If he was vegan, because I'm a vegan, so I can only eat vegans.
Interesting.
You know what this kid's real name is?
What's that?
JoJo.
That's the actor's name?
That's the actor's name.
Joseph Joe? Or
No, just JoJo. JoJo Adams.
Oh, that's not that weird.
JoJo? That's a weird name.
I'm sure he probably uses that because there's already like a Joseph Adams and a Joe Adams and everything else. Like,
so he's Joe.
registered
He's Joe Jr.
Well, I mean, like in SAG, like you can't have too many overlapping names, and so that's why people use their middle initial and middle name.
So his stage name is JoJo.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that may or may not be what he goes by in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a weird thing.
Makes sense.
So, he hides in a meat locker and is saved by the butcher, who's this kindly old man. In the office of the grocery store, Tuna tells his mom the ice cream man is a murderer.
Now he brings it up.
Yeah, fucking took you a while, buddy. Maybe tell her about Small Paul might still be alive, or you just want to wait on that and see.
Yeah, you know what? Especially when a child abduction happens, time is everything. There's this very small window of when that child can be refound. 48 hours is typically the time.
Yeah.
And, time's ticking away, and he doesn't care.
No, he doesn't know the 48-hour rule.
He doesn't.
So next, the cops are ordered to raid the ice cream man's warehouse and do a search. They ransack the place, much to the ice cream man's chagrin. He asks them if they have any idea how long it takes to make a butter brickle. He walks to a wall and looks at a picture of the ice cream king who used to own the company. The detective apologizes to the ice cream man and says they didn't find anything.
Was the ice cream king the guy who was shot?
Yes, it was. Okay, yeah. And so it mentions it briefly, but he refers to himself as the ice cream prince. Yeah. So
the Prince of Cream.
That's something you definitely want to be. That's my name on Grindr.
Yeah.
So the detective apologizes for not finding anything, and the ice cream man cleverly asks, "Are you mad you didn't find anything, or I forget what he asked. It's like, are you happy you didn't find anything, or are you mad you didn't find anything?" Yeah, or something like that. and Nurse Warden comes up and tells them that her dog is missing.
My dog is missing.
The ice cream man asks them if they understand the consequences of ruining the joy of many children for many days to come, which is such a weird thing. And the detective's like, yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Because what do you say to that?
Yeah.
Like, what are you? Is that a threat? Like, the ice cream man tells him he uses cops as fertilizer for his daisies, which are fake daisies.
And I think that's the cop that he's talking to right there. I guess that actor was drunk on set most of the time.
He seems like it.
Yeah, like
He's calling it in.
He's calling it in. Yeah, I guess like he was so wasted on set. I guess like part of the movie had to be rewritten, especially towards the end, because he wandered off at some point.
That's so cool. Honestly.
Motherfucking bitch.
Yeah. I guess he's probably. I wonder if that actor. I wonder if he was either just like just a lush, or he was just like saw where this project was going. Is like, I can't believe this is what I'm doing.
I'm in a movie called The Fucking Ice Cream Man.
This fucking freak keeps talking at me. I'm just gonna get fucking wasted.
So the detective puts a tail on the ice cream man, and I don't mean like pin the tail of the donkey.
No,
it's like puts a unit on him, makes some cops watch him. So the ice cream man takes Small Paul out back and tells him he's not going to hurt him. He says he's having a bad day. Next, we go to church, and Heather's dad is giving a sermon about how death cannot separate us from the love of God. He has stigmata palms for some reason, like blood on his palms as though he was like ran through with nails. It's very weird.
It's grenadine from his ice cream shop.
So Tuna tells the kid, who also knows the ice cream man is a murderer, that there might be an opening in their club. Because Small Paul, the nerdy kid, might be dead, which is like such a weird way to say that. Like there might be an opening in the Rocketeers, and I'm like, what? And then next scene, they're like, Small Paul is gone, and I'm like, what the fuck? How? That's a weird way to say
kids cope with loss in different ways.
Yeah, sometimes you deal with your dead friend by inviting someone new to the friend group.
Yeah, it's just like, well, we got an opening, which is very bleak. Yeah,
I know.
It's just like, well, we need a new Paul, so you're the new Paul.
That's the way I'm going to announce your death is just on Twitter, like, hey, I'm looking for a new podcast partner.
Looking for a new podcast
Looking
partner.
for a new co-host, everybody.
All right, hi, new Pat.
Who's the new Pat?
Who's the new Pat?
R.I.P. Rest in Pat.
He was found butchered on a highway.
I didn't know he could fit in a suitcase that small.
It's kind of weird how human bodies, they seem very bulky, but, they can just fit in very small spaces.
They can fit in a carry-on that'd, easily fit behind the, the third row of seats in my car.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what that one Japanese serial killer did to that woman in France.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fit her whole body into a suitcase and was trying to throw it into a lake in front of a bunch of people. Cool. Yeah.
That's cool. That's what you do, is throw suitcases into lakes. That's not suspicious.
It's not suspicious.
Not suspicious.
Yeah.
So the kids devise a plan to catch the ice cream man. Later that night, they're on their bikes with fireworks attached to them because they're the Rocketeers. Get it? They get rockets.
That was like one of the weirdest things. Like they just arm themselves with fireworks. But I guess that's kid logic.
Yeah,
which I really appreciate. I guess.
Me too. Yeah, that's a weapon. That's the only weapon they can get besides like BB guns. So.
Yeah.
So they come upon the ice cream man delivering something to a grave. It's a bunch of ice cream cones for the dead ice cream king. Which is such a cool ritual to do. I love that for them.
Me too.
So the ice cream man goes to the town hussie's house. Heather breaks into the ice cream truck while he's in there and takes pictures. Tuna almost runs into the detective and fires a rocket at him. And he's like, oh my God, they got a gun. A cop comes to Reverend Langley's house, and Heather is surprisingly still there, pretending to be asleep. The cops are displeased with the boys for, crying wolf, they say. So next day, Heather goes to get the photos developed that she took of the ice cream man's van. Mm-hmm. The cops watching the ice cream van are asleep, and he gives them cones, wakes them up, and he's like, hey, you want some ice cream? Heather tells Tuna the ice cream man is like the Pied Piper but evil.
But really, it's funny that they make so many connections to the Pied Piper, and he's not.
There's no connections to the Pied Piper.
There's zero
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because the Pied Piper, like, he played a flute, and he got the rats away, and the people refused to pay him, so he then, like, took their children in the same way.
Right.
So there's nothing like that where he is, like, seeking revenge or anything on the parents. Or even really, like, targeting children in the first place.
No, not at all.
He doesn't target any children at all.
No,
Like,
he's going after, like, amoral adults, kind of.
Yeah, he kidnaps Paul, but it's more of a teacher-student type thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Apprentice. And I actually think this movie does have a little, or maybe a lot, to say about, like, the death of apprenticeship programs in America. We'll get into that later. So next it's made apparent that the asshole older brother was the camera that they took the pictures with, and they took his film. And he's like, "Where the fuck is it?" And he's super mad. Next, the ice cream man is looking at the neighborhood hussie's house as Tuna's dad leaves. The ice cream man kills him for calling his van a hunk of junk.
Yeah.
He enters the hussie's house, and he has a present for her. And this is it's one of my favorite things in this film. He holds up Tuna's dad's head on a giant waffle cone. I think it'd be amazing if he said something like, "Want some head?"
Want some head?
He just, like, holds it up, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's funny that he went through such lengths to make a giant cone that can hold a human head.
No, that rocks. That rocks so hard.
And then decorate the head, and then, like, present it to the hussy. And like did he just have, like, it was very instantaneous? So did he just have that cone on hand?
Yes.
Okay.
So the older brother arrives at the photo shop, and his porn is being developed along with the ice cream man gore pictures from the van.
Yeah. That's how serial killers start.
Yeah.
That mixing of pornography and gore at a very young age.
That's also how good kinksters start. So the ice cream man teaches Small Paul how to make ice cream, and they're like buddies now.
Yeah, they're having fun.
They are.
He's just driving this child insane.
He's making him, he's like teaching him, like, the rules of the ice cream king, and how to be an ice cream prince himself.
Yeah. He's
rules of the road, baby.
He's the Dauphine, the ice cream Dauphine.
Yeah.
The young princeling.
Yeah, definitely. It's like Leon, the assassin.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
Just like that.
Very same thing. So next, the detectives visit the doctor who treated the ice cream man, and he tells him that Nurse Warden gave everybody ice cream when they felt bad, and the ice cream man was her favorite patient. And this doctor is, like, clearly nuts, and he walks away going, "It's a happy, 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 happy day." The detectives walk upstairs, and crazy people litter the derelict and graffitied hallways. In a room, the doctor has the old clown on the table with the smoothie syringe in his head.
I wish he was still in the clown makeup.
Me too.
Like, that would have been.
It took me a moment
hilarious
to realize he was a clown, because he was saying "happy, happy" like the clowns.
Yeah. I think this also has, like, something to say about, Reaganism, and just, like, how, Ronald Reagan, defunded and closed a lot of mental hospitals.
Definitely.
And then sent them into, and didn't give them the funding they needed to care for people. And stuff.
Right. And then just like neoliberals do, Clinton campaigned on, like, increased mental health funding, and that really didn't happen.
No.
And, he just...
More police.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, increase police budgets so they can deal with them, and increase, prison, capacity, and they can deal with them.
Yeah, do prisons instead of programs to help people.
Right, because, when you criminalize, things like homelessness and mental illness, then, you take away the services to actually help those people, then where's left to put them except for prison?
Yeah, and look who has to deal with this in the movie. The police.
The fucking
who are completely out of their element and how to deal with this situation.
Right. So, patrons crowd around the detectives, and they make an escape and call for some backup. Over with the Rocketeers, they're riding bikes when they see the ice cream van. The ice cream man pulls Tuna into the van and throws him in a freezer and says, "You're ice cream!" and locks him up. That's very good. Back with the asshole older brother,
Does he say at any point, "I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice
He
cream"?
doesn't know.
Missed opportunity.
Right.
Wow.
So
You know, they wrote this in 3 days, so.
they did. The asshole older brother is fixing up his car when Johnny yells at him to call the cops. He says it's his chance and basically thinks he is a cop.
Yeah.
And he says it's his chance to mess up the ice cream man, and he gets his gun. Back with the detectives, there's no word from the cops on the ice cream man's stakeout. Meanwhile, the ice cream man has brainwashed Small Paul.
Yeah.
The older brother and friends arrive, and Ice Cream Man hears them and goes to meet them. The brother gets back in the car, but it's actually the Ice Cream Man getting back in the car, and he kills the girlfriend and goes after the kids. So the older brother and his girlfriend are now dead.
Yeah. I do like how it's like, yeah, it's just like, this kid, the brother is so deluded. He's just like, oh, I can respond to this threat and is instantly dispatched.
I have a gun.
I have a gun.
I'm qualified.
I'm a good guy with a gun. I can put it into this, and then just gets murked.
Love it.
Love it.
So the kids find the murdered cops in a car and run. The ice cream man uses the dead cop's head as puppets in my favorite scene in the film. And honestly, one of my favorite scenes in all of horror. It's very fucking funny.
It is awesome, and it goes on for so long.
They beat the dead horse and like kill the joke, and then it goes on for so long that they resurrect it again.
It comes back, and I was just like, okay, he did use the dead cops as puppets once. Okay. Like, that's a good gag. And then it comes back. I think it comes back like twice more, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's just like,
there's a couple of parts.
So it's just like, there's just like, I think, but I mean, they did go through the trouble of making like,
really good practical
heads that
Puppets.
whose mouth can move.
Right.
Like, and with a push of a button. So they're just like, we're going to use this as much as possible.
You think Clint Howard,
Yes.
Stuck his dick in their mouth.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, I don't think he was married to this point. I think he was
Married to that head, baby.
he was divorced, he probably was just like, looking for, he was probably lonely. He saw that prosthetic decapitated head with a moving mouth, and he's just like, it's activated by a button. You can see Clint Howard working the button to move the mouth.
Oh yeah.
So they're just like, he's getting ideas.
Yum, yum, gimme some.
So the ice cream man chases the kids, but then Nurse Warden hears them and comes out to check on things. Ice cream man diverts her and continues after the kids. They run to Nurse Warden's house, and she hides them, saying, "Ooh, hide and seek!" She's clearly nuts.
Yeah.
The detectives arrive and decide to go in. Tuna escapes the freezer as the cops arrive. The ice cream man takes him hostage and force feeds him ice cream, and this is very funny too. He throws Tuna out, but the ice cream man is on top of the van and jumps down and knocks out the detectives with 2 ice cream scoops, which is hilarious. The kids sneak back into the ice cream factory as the ice cream man continues to have flashbacks and fantasies about his time in the institution. Small Paul protects himself with a picture of the ice cream king, like shielding himself with it, knowing that he won't be hurt if he's holding up that picture. The ice cream man picks up the picture and gets caught in the blade of his chopping machine that he chops nuts with, and gets just sliced to death. Small Paul then asks,
Who's the Pied Piper now, ice cream dick?
and I just love this line. It's so good.
Because it makes no sense. At no point was he a Pied Piper.
But he does have sex with ice cream, so he
does have sex with ice cream. Because that's one thing about the Pied Piper is he's very charismatic, and he's able to to lead the children away from their homes, and he doesn't do any of that.
No.
At all, ever.
No. I mean, surely there's a story somewhere where like a witch tricks kids with food and yummy sweets or something, right? So I don't know.
I did read this really awful book once about a modern day Pied Piper who uses EDM to gain control over people.
That sounds cool as fuck, dude.
Because like there's like a rat man, and like there's people who are like have
Oh,
powers.
it's Deadmau5.
Dead
Talking
Mouse?
about Deadmau5. He's the rat man who lures people with E EDM.
Oh, that's true. Well, the rat man, the Pied Piper, like gains control of the rats. From the rat man is a guy who's fighting him.
So Deadmau5 is the good guy, is what you're saying.
Deadmau5 is the good guy. Yeah.
So who's the Pied Piper? Diplo
I guess so, or Skrillex.
or
can see
Steve
Skrillex.
Aoki?
I can see Skrillex being it, or Marshmallow.
Yes, You're right. It's probably Marshmallow.
He's involved in the IDF, so.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Well, I mean, Israel is nothing but like a
Super bass, dude.
like a country of EDM DJs. So
That's true.
like just
It's just EDM DJs and like weapons manufacturers.
yeah. There's like the entire country of fail sons who are just EDM DJs.
EDM, IDF.
EDM IDF.
Yeah, well, yeah, baby. So in the morning, the cops are cleaning up the ice cream factory crime scene, and Nurse Warden wonders where Gregory is.
Where's my Gregory?
Sometime later, Tuna picks up Heather from her house, and it's revealed that Small Paul is in therapy, where he's making ice cream because he's the new ice cream man. He looks at the camera and smiles. The end. Credits roll.
That is a great scene where there's like all the new kids, the new Rocketeer group is just like, and they'll have like a berets.
They do. Which is pretty cool. Well, they had the berets when they were like going after the ice cream. Man. They all had matching berets.
And now they're still just wearing their berets. And yeah, they're just like reminiscing, and they're just like, oh, where's Paul? Therapy. It's like they still don't even give a fuck.
I mean, none of these other kids have to go to therapy. Like, one of them watched his brother and his girlfriend die right in front of him.
They all watched the girlfriend get stabbed underneath the chin.
Yeah, right.
Like they watched a person. I think if I saw someone murdered in front of me, I would need so much therapy.
Yeah, they saw the dead cop puppet heads.
Oh my god!
How would you not need therapy after dead cop puppet heads? Like, I mean, I personally would be like, whoa, this is like Avenue Q but funnier.
I would lose my mind. Yeah. I don't think there would be. I think nothing could console me. I would not sleep at night. I'd spend every night screaming.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, you kind of do already.
I kind of do already. Like, right. I've seen enough shit. But I think if I saw human heads being operated like puppets, like I'm already kind of iffy on like dead body stuff. I was talking today. I don't know if you've seen that Cult of the Mother God show. No. It's about like a cult where like
the Mother God.
Yeah, it was like this woman said she was the new Jesus, and then she ended up dying. She was just drinking nothing but colloidal silver and turned blue, and then
that happens.
And then and she was also an alcoholic, so she died, and her followers were just like cuddling her dead body and like had it mummified inside their house and just playing with it all the time. And I think that there's a video of her boyfriend playing the guitar for this blue corpse, and just that's
haunting, dog.
It's very haunting. They're just like living in a real life horror film, and they're treating it as the most positive thing that's ever happened. And it's just that broke my brain. Like, I think like just watching this guy play guitar for a blue corpse with his mouth hanging open, and he thinks it's like the most beautiful thing in the world. It's just like that was awful. And so I don't think I could handle seeing if I actually did see human heads being operated like puppets. I would need so much therapy. Yeah. I wouldn't be going bike riding with my friends, wearing matching berets and having fun.
Here's the question: would you go to therapy? Because you already need a lot and you don't go. So
it's too expensive. You can't afford therapy anymore.
Yeah, there's ways and stuff you can get therapy. There's places with sliding scales and places for poor people.
It's true.
Yeah, it's a long waiting list, but
yeah, I should go. But who knows?
Yeah. But, you got a podcast.
I got a podcast.
That's practically therapy.
I can talk about my problems with dead bodies here.
Yeah, and then you get prostate orgasm jokes, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working through some shit right now.
I need help. I need so much help.
Please, God, help me. But yeah. Well, what do you think, Britt, of Ice Cream Man?
I love this film. It's silly.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think it kind of lags towards the end. I think it should have been like really just like snapped up.
I don't know. I think it's paced pretty well. I think it lags kind of in the second act. Like like we don't ever need to be introduced to the parents and stuff like that. Like there's several scenes with like the parents and meeting the parents and stuff.
Only Tuna's parents really, because they're the only ones that are really.
Those are the only ones that are kind of consequential to the story.
Yeah, like David Warner serves no purpose.
Absolutely none.
Like it could have definitely used some editing. Like, I mean, I'm sure they were really happy to get David Warner, because he does appear back at the end. You know, when he welcomes his daughter back, and he's after the Ice Cream Man's dispatched, like he's there. But yeah, he provides no purpose and at all. Even though, like, it would have been nice, yeah, if, as you said, like if he played the detective, or he played like Tuna's dad or something.
Yeah.
Like he played someone who served some narrative role to the film, but yeah, I just felt like he was just put there to be put there.
Put there to be put there, yeah. I mean, like, they just wanted another, like, character actor name to throw in here.
Yeah. It's like, oh, David Warner's famous. We'll throw him in.
Yeah, he's not drunk.
He's not drunk.
Let him be the priest.
Yeah, which is why they had, like... Well, I guess also, like, why they just had to use the drunk guy to be, like, the really bad detective.
No.
And then, like, then a couple adult film stars.
Damn. But you know, I think we definitely got it right here. What this film's trying to say, both the neoliberal decline in American apprenticeship programs, because you know they're a thing that don't exist really anymore. And like, if there would have been an apprentice to take over from the Ice Cream King, we wouldn't have this guy who like appoints himself the Ice Cream Prince. You know.
Because like it doesn't, yeah, he's the only game in town, and he's serving like body parts and rat feces to
exactly, because no one taught him how to do it differently. He just liked ice cream in the institution and kind of was self-taught.
Which is kind of interesting how he was able to. I mean, I'm guessing like Nurse Warden probably financed this, because he has like, he doesn't just have the truck; he has that entire facility, which he makes the ice cream from scratch.
Maybe it was just abandoned.
It may have been abandoned, because I was wondering like. But he's still able to operate this machinery, buy the supplies. He's able to make
cream costs so much fucking money.
Costs so much money, and he's just like making ice cream, massive batches of ice cream, more ice cream than I think this town could eat.
100%.
Like
although we've seen like some people order like 5 gallons a month, so
yeah.
You know, if he can go through that kind of fucking
rent
volume.
Payment, yeah.
Right. And maybe he also makes the ice cream that they sell at like ice cream shops or coffee shops and stuff like that too.
I think we forgot to mention, like, after he kills like the town hussy, like I guess he like disintegrates her body into the ice cream that he's making, and he pulls out her diaphragm.
Yeah. That was something else.
I thought that was really funny.
That was pretty cool.
He reaches in, there's like and there's like a bunch of little things that were on her body, and like one of them was a diaphragm. I thought that was really
amazing.
Funny. Yeah. It was.
Would you eat diaphragm ice cream?
Probably not. You know what? Sure.
Depends on who it was, you know?
Yeah, depends on who it was. The sponge ice cream.
Sea sponge ice cream.
Yeah, but yeah, that was funny. I thought that was a really fun gag that they threw in, that obviously put in, you know, it's probably suggested by the porn director.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like this movie, oddly enough, it doesn't have tits.
Zero tits, and
Zero tits in the movie,
especially with an adult film director involved in its creation.
Right, and you figure, but it's like kid based. I think is it PG-13 or is it R?
I think it has to be R. There's too much body horror that goes on. Like there's too much. Like there's like the part where he is like he is scooping the insides of an eyeball out was extremely graphic and weird. Yeah, it was just like, oh, okay, so we're doing that. Like, yeah, he just scoops directly into an eyeball and hides it in the rocky road that the detective eats.
Yeah, it was rated R. Yeah. So it's weird
this being like something a child could get.
It's weird that they even had like an adult film star in here. No boobs, none.
No boobs.
Wild.
Yeah, the adult film director involved, like the producer. Like, yeah, but I guess like this is his only feature film,
Right.
like
So he didn't get a chance to put boobs in there.
mainstream feature film. So he probably wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to be the porn guy. He's like, no boobs. But also, it's like makes sense. There's no boobs because it's like a kid-based cast.
Right.
Like
right.
it's like even though the gore is out of crazy, there is sort of like gore's fine. In America, gore's fine, but nudity not so much.
No, violence. Yeah, violence is fine, and like we can show our children violence because it is our reality, and it's not against religion to be violence. To do violence, but like and also like there is a respectful violence in America for people who have a monopoly on violence, whereas in America, like sex, no one has a monopoly on it, and so like all of it's bad.
Yeah.
All of it's a moral failing, except for that which procreates and makes new workers.
Yeah. So it's like sex is even really seen at all on this because even like with the the town hussy, she's only seen. She's never, there's no like cut to her having sex or just like any sort of sexuality coming from her besides being, just being like
scantily clad,
being scantily clad, and even the scantily clad, it's still very just like, very respectable. You could wear that to the store or something.
Yeah, you could.
So,
I would.
I would.
Give me that negligee.
I guess so. It is a good thing that they kept the sex out of where the stars of the show are our children. So
yeah.
But still, we're saying that, and we're just excusing all of like the eye gouging violence.
Yeah, that's like, cool. It's fine.
It's fine.
Don't worry.
It's fine for these kids just being a movie, and and also like show the kids like decapitated heads.
Yeah, kids should be exposed to whatever they feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
Honestly, like straight up, like if a kid wants to watch something on the internet, they're going to.
Yeah.
And so fuck it, let them be exposed to shit.
Yeah.
And if they're scarred by it, fucking put them in therapy.
Yeah, we should ask like the kid actors now, like, so how'd you feel like seeing decapitated heads? But I mean, they probably thought it was funny. They probably thought it was awesome.
They probably thought it was cool.
There's probably some really funny behind the scenes photos of them like posing with the decapitated heads and like
posing with them, you say?
You just like hanging out.
With their dicks in them.
Just like probably Clint Howard holding the heads, and they're all like all the kids are just like laughing. I could see that being a thing. So that'd be fun to look at those up, see if they exist.
Yeah, maybe jerk off to them.
No.
Not the ones with the kids. Not the ones with the kids.
But I wonder what the shoot is like. I would like to listen to, and I guess you can find director's commentary on this film.
Oh, interesting.
So I would like to hear some of the behind the scenes stories of just, I'm sure Clint Howard's probably, a fine person in real life.
Yeah, sure.
Fine-ish, who knows? Yeah, so I'm sure he's not too much of a weird little freak.
So here's an interesting thing. In 2015, Clint Howard tried to get a Kickstarter going to fund a Ice Cream Man 2 that tentatively titled Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Like Ice Cream Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
You don't like that joke? But yeah.
Yeah, but like also I think it has a double meaning because it could be Small Paul in the role of the Ice Cream Man, and he's the son of Ice Cream Man. So Sunday, Bloody Sun, S-O-N.
D-A-Y.
D-A-Y.
Yeah, Sunday, because there's that Sunday, like Father's Day, they have the Sunday.
Yeah.
Right.
The Sunday.
Sure.
It could be Sunday of Ice Cream Man.
Shut up. What are you saying?
I don't know anymore.
I don't either. Yeah. So, what did you think of this film overall?
Was the Kickstarter successful?
Oh no, it only made $4,000 over 70 people, and that was it.
That's so sad because it's like, do you think he went to Ron at all? Because
No, he doesn't beg to Ron.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he learned. I wonder if he did before, and Ron was like, absolutely not. No. Like, do not beg me for money, because I'm sure Ron Howard, and also now Bryce Dallas Howard, like his. Oh yeah. Like she's a big movie star, and it's just like she probably has a ton of money as well. Like like they could easily finance like a small film with their own money, but they're just like. No, Clint, we're not. We're not gonna do it.
No, not for you. Sorry, buddy.
No,
No,
we're not.
We saw the first one.
Yeah, I'm Ron Howard. That's Bryce Dallas Howard. No.
Do you know who I am besides your brother?
I made a hillbilly elegy.
I would watch a second one though. This film is good fun. I think it's not a perfect film by any means, but is like a popcorn horror flick. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I would say so. It would be fun to watch in a theater with a bunch of people. I think that that'd be. It's like because there's enough moments that are just like absolutely insane to watch. So it'd be fun to watch with people and just be like, a little fun film.
Yeah. So I'd recommend it. I'd give it a solid. Is an actual movie probably a 5 out of 10. Is a horror flick. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, which is actually like looking at the reviews that are on the movie database, it does seem like it hovers around 3 and 4. Kind of just how people's general reaction to it.
Yeah.
Which is fair. I don't know. I mean, I would watch it. It has some iconic moments. Like I know when I'd always seen that, the head in the ice cream cone. That's an image that stayed with me for a very long time. Yeah. So I was just like, that seems like it's a stupid movie to watch.
Yeah, and they could have. It's not super tight. They could have trimmed 10 minutes off of it, and it'd be a better film for it.
Cut David Warner out completely. It's sad to say.
Throw some boobs in there.
Yeah, throw some boobs. And maybe make the story a little bit more coherent, tie it better into with the Pied Piper stuff.
Honestly, take out the entire grocery store scene.
Entire grocery store scene. Keep in the shoes, keep in all the Converse shoes.
Sure, why not?
Like do make it a little coherent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you can kind of see it's like, the first time, probably dealing with this sort of subject matter, mostly dealing with porn and stuff. So story was secondary for this.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'd say if you're looking for a fun, silly horror movie, and if you like bad movies, this is a pretty good bad movie.
Yeah.
All things considered.
Yeah. Clint Howard definitely is a freak. He is a little freak, and it's good to watch for that.
He's a freak with a weird little stinky dick. Allegedly.
And weird face and weird head.
Yeah. That's what his dick looks like too.
Oh yeah. This looks like a mini Ron Howard it
looks exactly like his brother. So for some reason he has a ginger dick, yeah.
That is kind of sad, like kind of even from the beginning of both of their careers, like there's always been that divide where like Ron Howard was in the Andy Griffith Show,
right,
and so he played America's son, like he was like the golden boy from the beginning,
right.
And Clint Howard was on Star Trek playing a fucking freak with Balak,
a freak with a big head,
like just like a weird like demonic little freaky kid, and like right from the beginning that divide was made. Like you kind of wonder if is it nature type thing where they came out the way they did.
They're both like wealthy.
They're both wealthy, but their careers right from like where they couldn't really like make those decisions from like of the consent of where they want to be.
Right. I mean, they were both children, but given one of them was ugly.
So he gets to play the Star Trek alien, and Ron Howard is America's golden boy.
Fucking Opie, baby.
Yeah. Everyone loved him.
Yeah, I think that's a good place for us to leave it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Right in Ron Howard's backyard. Or his backside, you know what I mean?
Stick it in his butt.
Back shots with Ron Howard in his backyard.
I bet he has like an Apollo 13 fucking tramp stamp that he takes back shots on.
That'd be nice. That's a good movie. I should rewatch that.
Sure.
I haven't seen it in a long time. I used to watch it on VHS like nonstop for some reason. Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Well, thanks for checking with us, soy boys, girls, and Woodley Beans.
Hang
dong and shocker. Soy. Soy, soy, soy. Soy, soy.
Everyone went to the county fair. Everyone's looking for the pile of hair. Where's the pile of hair? Everyone wants to eat the pile of hair. The pile of hair is tasty. The pile of hair is pasty. It's full of Elmer's glue. That's paste to you. Everyone wants to eat the pile of hair. Everyone wants to eat the pile of hair. Everyone wants to eat the pile of hair. Where is it? Where is it? There is it there? Everyone wants to eat the pile of hair.
Everyone wants to eat the pile of hair.
Eat the hair, eat the hair, eat the hair, eat the hair, eat the hair.